What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of SGDS. Same goes, different struggle. I am your host, Ajay, and I got my brother back with me. What up, Q?
What up? What up? What up? Y'all already know what's up. We back. SGDS Entertainment and Sports, baby.
Yo, this episode 40, man. I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. I like that jersey, bro. We
Come on,
up this
man.
year, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm getting a Shadur jersey. I don't care what nobody says. I'm getting a Shadur jersey.
Look. There go Nate right there. He said,
He
I
is.
told you, bro, that John cold, man. Mad respect. Dog. I got to get that jersey. I got to get a Shador. I'm going to get me a Shador. I want a Drake London and a BJ Robinson, too.
Yeah, gotta get that B, John. Gotta get that B.
You know what? And I want to get a Jesse Bates, man. I got to get Jesse Bates, dog.
That's
Jesse
who I was gonna get. I was gonna get him. I want to say the day I was in the mall, I think I bought a John Morant jersey or something. I think that day I was gonna get like a Jesse Bates jersey or something, but I didn't do it.
I mean, I ain't mad at no job. But yeah, if it was somebody on the team, I want to get Jesse, bro.
Yeah, I think I didn't get Jesse Bates because I was saying I wasn't gonna buy no playoff jersey. I wasn't gonna buy no Falcons jersey until we make it to the playoffs again.
Well, speaking of the playoffs and what was gonna happen, we got the season, the season schedule that just dropped, bro. We had Nate talking about it last night. We've been talking about it in the group chat, man. Before we get started, how you feel about our schedule?
I mean, bro,
everybody ain't seen this, so
I feel like our schedule is I give it a B minus. It's not a bad schedule. It's not a bad schedule now. Now it starts off with the Heat when you got in like your first 6-7 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, you got Buffalo, you got Washington, you got Tampa, and you got who is it? Somebody else?
Minnesota. We got Minnesota and
Minnesota.
We got
Yep. They started off. So you got Tampa and Minnesota in your first 2 weeks. So I'm gonna be real. I think we go to Minnesota, and I think we go to who we play the week after Minnesota.
We play Carolina. We're at Carolina.
We go to Carolina.
So this is the first
we go to
3
Minnesota.
games.
We play Tampa at home. We play Minnesota in Minnesota. We play Carolina in Carolina. Now we play Washington in Atlanta, and if I'm not mistaken, we play Buffalo in Atlanta.
Yes, and then we play San Francisco at home. I mean,
we play San Francisco
away.
It just depends on the wide receiver and the quarterback scenario for San Fran, because I can't really actually say that I'm actually feel for that game on some we in trouble. Only game I can actually say that I can feel like that is them first games I just named to start the season off, because that's gonna put a lot on the team, especially for your quarterback coming in who's supposed to be leading the team now. It's gonna put a lot on them to come out and win those first couple games. I want
because the division games always give us a real test for our money.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then how I'm looking at the schedule, how I'm looking at it, it's a potential we can go 3-2. I don't want to go 3-2.
Well, then speak on it, then, dog. Because you're basing it really off of last year's team.
Yeah, I am.
So right now,
I like our defense. I like everything we just did. That was the best draft I didn't seen us have so far. I like our defense. I like everything we've done with it. I like how we're progressing.
Game because
I don't care what nobody say. I'm not a fan of Zach Robinson. I'm not a big fan of Zach Robinson, and I'm really not the biggest fan of Raheem Morris because he's been coaching too long to do some of the things he did last year. I just feel like those were rookie coaches' mistakes, and he ain't no rookie coach.
Yeah, he was with Tampa a few years, and he has been defensive, offensive coordinator.
He was an interim coach for us before. That's what I always said when they brought him back. I don't see why y'all did that. When he was interim coach, why y'all just didn't make him coach then?
Nate said the Vikings is a winnable game because we have no idea who's starting for them. I want to say this. Last year, right before we got Kurt was with the Vikings, then Sam Darnold. Then nobody expects Sam Darnold to have that year. I don't care what nobody says.
Okay, so this is the thing with Sam Darnold, though. Sam Darnold has always been a good quarterback. He just ain't never been on a good team. He went from the Jets to Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, he went from the Jets to Carolina, then ended up in Minnesota. That was probably the best thing happened for him. It's just kind of like with Baker Mayfield when he was up there in Cleveland and all of that. You thought he was over with.
But Baker Mayfield was also with Los Angeles Rams, too.
He was okay, man, but I ain't going to just say he was just all that. He did okay that year.
No, I'm not saying, like, like he just didn't perform. Like, cause he could have.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He didn't
Yeah,
perform with
exactly.
the Los Angeles Rams.
It's just
So
that when you put the right pieces around Baker Mayfield and you get him a line, he look like he belong. He look like he belong all over again.
I think the setup, because like I say, the setup, and that's the thing. We play him with Tampa. He has been phenomenal with Tampa. Like, I think going to Tampa was probably the best thing for him because he has, to me, after coming after Tom Brady, he has still made Tampa relevant still. So to keep them relevant and everything throughout this till, Nate, you said I ride the fence with Zach. We got to see how he is for a full season with Penix. The last three, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I with Zach, right? Those last 4 games with Penix, once he was able to open up the playbook, to me he looked way better. Like the offense looked way better. So I don't know if I'm really on the fence with him. We did go 6-3. We didn't really start off as great. We started out 2-2 last year. I think before our bye, we had an early bye last year too, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I'm not sold on Zach either. Like, but we was 10th, I believe, overall in offense last year, so I'm not really mad at that. Zach is not a bad play caller, and the offense actually moved the ball. It was the turnovers.
I'm gonna be real. Zach play calling is not all that. I can't agree with that. His play calling not all that. Some of those are kind of predictable plays. I'm gonna be real. Now, I'm gonna tell you another thing too.
But who are you basing it off of? Off the time with Kurt or the time with Penix? Because I feel like the time
I'm gonna talk about
the
time
better.
with Kurt because Kurt still went 6-3. So we're gonna talk about the time with Kurt.
All right.
I did not like a lot of those play calls and decision makers. And I'm gonna be real with you. The Atlanta Falcons have real talent on their team where talent was moving the ball instead of play calling.
I can agree with that because Mooney showed up.
Bijan Robinson. Dang, I don't know why my stand just fell, yo. Bijan Robinson, bro, is for real. He's talented with the ball in his hand. He don't need too many blocks. He gonna kill you with his first twist.
Nah,
Drake London catch the ball in traffic. It ain't got to be the best catch. I mean, you don't have to be the best.
Nate, you saying he a first year OC, but we just fired our first year DC.
I don't care. I was about to say, I'm gonna be real. That DC definitely had to get fired because he was lost all season, though. He was lost all season.
And even as a DC, I didn't see first year haircut. I didn't see first as Mayo for New England just got fired his first year. So I mean, these not like coaches that haven't been in, like they never been coaches before. They had to go through the mud to get to where they was at. So when it's time to get to where you at, it's time to show up, especially when you have the talent around you to actually show up. And to me, I just feel like you're right. It was a lot of play that just like make you question your head.
Yes. Timeout management was horrible.
Timeout management. That's another thing. And then I see Jared in the group chat. He was he liked Raheem Morris.
I like Raheem Morris. But I told y'all though, man, I'm some real. I like him. He for the culture and everything. But I'm not going to ignore nothing that he does and give him a pass because he's a black man. I can't do that, bro. You coaching my favorite team, bro. I need to see a ring.
You know what's so funny about this culture shit now, dog? I think I'm about off of it now. Cause like niggas he ain't even married to a black woman. Fuck the culture right about now when it comes to that shit.
I can't take what the preference on him and his taste on women. I ain't gonna let that dictate because I ain't gonna lie, the majority of the NFL ain't married to a black woman.
That shit, they was questioning Saquon when he was like certain shit. So I feel you, that's facts. But that's why I say I don't even care about the culture thing anyway. Like no more. So like that, I just don't even care about. I just want you to coach the team and be able to coach them right. And to me, it was not even just a timeout. It was just not knowing your team. You should have been made the call with your quarterback and took him out. You really cost us a year of going to a playoff because you kept Kirk in there so much longer than he should have probably been up in there because you knew he was hurt.
Thank you. I can't. With that alone, bro, I'm not with.
How many games he cost us, Nate? Because I know it was a few. I forgot. I think it was that Washington game. He didn't call that timeout in the second quarter.
Yes, that was definitely the Washington game.
Yeah, like that's.
Listen, man, Kirk Cousins. After when we played the Saints, Kirk Cousins should have been on IR after we played the Saints, bro, on game.
Hey man, y'all give me a refresh reminder because y'all keep talking about this Saint game. And I know the Saint game. It wasn't a home game. It was there. But he must have got, because I must have not really watched that game.
leveled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He still threw the ball. He still threw the ball when he got hit, but he got popped. After that throw, he didn't throw the same no more. He didn't even go back on his back foot the same no more. You could clear as day see he was injured.
So let me
I want to say he limped to the sideline after that play.
So was that play calling, or was that the line? Because we haven't really, we've been so caught up in what we drafted.
This one thing I'm gonna say about Kirk Cousins last year. It was never a time I can actually say Kirk Cousins was sitting in the pocket too long. He didn't never really just sit in the pocket too long. I'm gonna be real. He got the ball out. Yeah, it was never no time when Kirk Cousins was that there. He back there 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. It was never. I don't remember that. I can't vouch for that.
An ugly hit in like the third quarter, man. I'm gonna tell you what I told Nate. It was a point in time where I was just like, I said, I never questioned his accuracy. It was the arm strength. And when I say that, you could see the difference when Penix came into that game. The arm strength, bro, to me just was different, bro. Just the way he would get the ball to the players. Like, a lot of this shit wasn't even, I'm going to be real with you. We going off what Penix did or whatever them games, a lot of that shit wasn't even on him because a lot of balls got dropped.
So here's the thing, though, about what you're saying with Carter compare like with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. Due to the fact that Michael Penix is a left-hand quarterback, the plays are different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the play is different because where Kirk is more looking to this side now. Like if you do a flood where everybody is, you know what I mean? You're a drag, you're in. Boom. Now Penix is this way. That opens up a whole nother play call that opens up a whole different type of plays that you're going to see.
You say he didn't have no chemistry. Like in which game? Cause shit, by the Washington and that Carolina game, but him in London was on point.
Listen, I'm gonna be real. Michael Penix Jr. don't need no chemistry. He accurate. He getting the ball to you, bro. It's just about if you
I ain't gonna lie.
It's left hand adjustments that made them folks drop that ball.
That sideline grab, that Hodge catch, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I wasn't big on Penix. You can see it on the file on it, like when we drafted him. But when he threw that ball, and I see the ball placements where he put the ball, I know it's not a lot of quarterbacks that could do that placement, bro. Like you got to be able with that placement to be able to get it there, especially within the NFL where the second of timing of closing on a cornerback closes so quick. So that ball, it has to be a perfect ball sometimes like that. It was just some pretty balls that I seen him throw, bro, that I wanted to give him credit for. And you was really hyped on him, so I give you credit for that, bro.
I liked the Michael Penix, bro, in college. I'm gonna be real. He never really showed me a sign that saying that he wasn't ready for the next level.
He looked solid with the despite. No, okay. So you know what? I think I do remember where y'all going because he did on a few games. He did look like the timing was off, but that's expected for a quarterback that's been sitting on the bench for all half of the fucking year.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Michael Penix definitely came in the game holding the ball a little too long in the pocket, but he still distributed out.
But with the full season, it's going to get spooky because there still isn't enough film on Penix. I do agree on that part right there. I do like that. I do have us beating Tampa Bay the first week. To be honest, bro, you say 2-3-2. What games you looking at? Buffalo and Washington is us losing?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Why you
I'm scared of Jaden Daniels. I don't care what nobody say. I'm scared of Jaden Daniels, bro.
Huh?
I'm scared of Jaden Daniels. I don't care what nobody say, bro. I'm scared of that boy.
But we got both of them at home. We played them.
I don't care, bro. We be losing at home, bro. That don't be meaning nothing, bro. We be losing games at home. I'm more comfortable with it that we playing them at home, but we be losing games at home.
But you telling me this, bro. You telling me right now, from the draft time to how we looking at things.
I ain't seen nobody play nobody yet, so I can only bank on what I know they got and what we got.
I think we got rookies
that we listen right now for our defense. We're banking on rookies. We're banking on rookies for our defense, which ain't no problem. I ain't knocking that. Nothing wrong with some young, fresh talent stepping in, but we banking on rookies and motherfuckers that we didn't even get to see play last year. You see what I'm saying? Versus where we gonna go against Washington, and they already got a well-run engine. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
Washington and Buffalo. But Tampa,
I
I'm
do
giving them
agree
a
with
pass
that. I
because
get what
Tampa
you're
in our
saying.
division. We've been beating Tampa in our division, bro, with really no quarterback for real. Now, when Tom Brady was down there, we was having problems. I'm gonna be real with you. We was having problems when Tom was down there.
Damn,
But
Nate got us losing Buffalo and Minnesota too. I don't. Well, no,
I
you
don't
got
know about
Buffalo.
Minnesota yet. I gotta see. I'm gonna be real. The only thing about Minnesota that scares me, bro, is the Addison and Justin Jefferson thing. You get a
Yeah,
quarterback that can
especially.
get them the ball, bro. That's dangerous. I'm sorry.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: D. Harford ain't got no like. He ain't gonna last this time. Cause if he come in, they start him this year, and he fucking up, and they don't bench him, bro. I'm gonna tell you like I said in the group
They
chat.
better not have him starting that CB2, man. I don't like that. He too small. That's the only thing wrong with D. Alfred. He's just too small.
He shouldn't be starting at CB2. I think he'll be nickel. CB2 is Mike Hughes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think D. Hell, no, D. Harford. He shouldn't even be starting at nickel. But I do.
He's straight in. No, I ain't gonna cap. He all right in nickel. Okay.
Not
He's
after
fast.
what we
He's
seen
fast.
after that Minnesota game.
This is the whole thing about D. Alfred. D. Alfred has good man coverage. I'm not gonna lie to you. He got good man coverage. He's not active with his hands like that though. I don't like. He don't get his hands up quick enough to me. He don't react to the ball fast enough to me. That's all it is.
You know what's so
Other than that,
crazy?
he all right in the nickel though.
You know what's so crazy? Q always was telling us, like, and I remember this. We was having this conversation about Buffalo and their wide receiver, their offense being mediocre. I don't see if we on point offensively. I don't see Buffalo really. Can Buffalo stand with us? Because we got a fire offense, bro. And who do Buffalo have that can compete with us on a play to play?
Josh Allen make plays.
But if our defense, yeah, he do. But
it's just like I said, bro, we ain't even seen our defense come out here and even play together yet, bro. We banking on rookies when we gonna run up on a goddamn team that's been playing with each other, bro. That means something. I'm just being real.
That does. If we could play Minnesota later on in the year, I would give us a chance. But
facts. I'll be real on that. If we was playing them later on in the year and I know who the hell was, I agree with that. We'll probably whoop their ass. In the beginning of the season, I'm gonna be real with you. It's a little iffy. But I think we'll beat Minnesota. We just got to shut down Justin Jefferson.
What we banking on is what we feel like a team was last year. But every team, we didn't expect Washington to be as good as they was last year.
Let me ask you something right now. No, I ain't gonna lie. I did.
As good as no, dog.
I didn't think they was gonna make it all the way to like the NFC Championship and all that. But I at least seeing them going like wild card or some shit like that for real.
I can see that. I mean,
yeah,
in that division though. I mean, because you never know with Dallas.
This is the whole thing I'm saying when we play Minnesota. Do you really see AJ? Do you see AJ Terrell really stopping Justin Jefferson?
Hell no.
Exactly. So what the hell? There goes one. I don't even see that. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. It's certain shit that they got to advantage us on. That's definitely one. Justin Jefferson get the ball, bro, and goddamn, this nigga might get 100 yards after a catch a game sometime.
But like Nate said, who's throwing it to him? Are we banking on JJ McCarthy to throw them to get him the ball? Are you banking on that?
Oh no, man.
That's not gonna match AJ and Jets either. Nah, it's not really gonna match because shit, it didn't match last year after his ass kept getting bombed all fucking last year. So I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say this though. I do feel like this, right? After our first 4 games, coming off a bye and playing Buffalo might be our best chance, but having a bye so early in the season is gonna probably bite us.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't really be stunting that bye shit because I ain't gonna flex. It'd be like this. Once the bye over with, you rocking out. I feel like the bye should come early in the season than later. I don't care because we can afford a loss in the beginning of the season coming off the bye. But if the bye is later in the season and our record is already like 5-5, and then we go take a break, then we come out there looking like, oh man, that break killing them. No, we looking like we might go 5-6. Now we trying to fight for contention. But if our bye week is early, like I said, we start like 3-2 bye week. Boom. Our season is still beautiful ahead of us, depending on what our record is by bye week, unless we like 0-5 or some shit.
So in that later half of the season, bro, you got San Francisco after the bye. You got Buffalo, San Francisco, Miami, New England, the Coast, which is a 9:30 a.m. game, and then you got Carolina and New Orleans.
It's time to just rock, bro. You gotta rock. Ain't no need no more
That's
breaks and all that.
Hard,
on them teams, on some of those teams alone, we need to stay on a pace where we keep going. It ain't no time for a break.
If the Falcons are at least 3-2 to start the first 5 weeks, the schedule after the Niners is very favorable. But we're basing it off of last year, and I hate to do that only because we don't know how these teams are going to be this year.
I'm just being real. I can only go from what we know, so I can't help but base it off
And
of last
then
year.
you
That's the
saying,
last time we saw some football, AJ.
but you're saying that week 5, I do get you.
I like us
Going on a good
I like
stretch
everything
saying,
we did in off season. I like everything we did in off season. I'm gonna be real with you, but I still can't bank off. I still can't knock that. You got to like other people. You know, like other teams ain't been trying to build up and everything too. We ain't the only motherfuckers that's been building up, trying to build up around.
nigga, that's my whole point of why I'm saying what I'm saying. I can't go off what, because when they said we're favorable in the back half of the season, I won't say that because teams are getting better. That's
Well,
my
just
whole
look at it
point.
like this. Look at it like this, then, AJ. For real, for real. Those teams we just named, as far as Minnesota, Buffalo, I'll throw San Fran in there. Well, they ain't before the bye, so they ain't before the bye week. I ain't gonna throw it. And Tampa. Those are 3 teams that go to the playoffs down there every year. Depending on what the hell we saying. They go to the playoffs every year.
Yeah. What teams you say?
Tampa, Minnesota, Buffalo. Them niggas go to the playoffs down there every year. Minnesota probably the only one that probably ain't been consistent, but they still go to the playoffs. If you put it in a 5-year thing, I bet they've been to the playoffs 3 or 4 times. Some shit like that. You feel me?
Nah, I'm just trying to think.
And I really want to say they go to the playoffs pretty much every year. Because when Kirk Cousins up there, they went and they lost to New York.
Yeah,
and
that's what
just
I was trying to think. I mean, I see your point.
I'm telling you.
I see your point. All I'm saying is this: every team then got better. That's the goal. Was supposed to be the goal. We just don't know how. And the only reason I said we don't know because you got injuries that's gonna happen. You got cuts. We got training camps. We got certain shit that's just gonna happen. Niggas get hurt during preseason. So I don't know. We just speculating and we're going off what we going off of from last year.
All of that is true. That all come with the game. But until any of that happen, I'm just praying we don't go 3-2. I want to go 5.
You gotta remember at the back season last year, right? Think about how many injuries we took. Our secondary, but we was pulling motherfuckers off fucking the couch with our secondary because we literally kept getting hurt. We didn't have no time to really rest. Now, it was 1 week, I think we played a Thursday night game, and then we don't play again to that Sunday. So that could be considered a little bit of a certain second bye if you want in that 10-day spin up. Not as long, but you still getting a nice little break after that. So I get you. I just don't know if we're gonna make it all the way there without I pray we do. No injuries as bad. Our linebackers stay injured. So I think about certain things, bro, just with that. But we do have, we brought in a new DC and we brought in some new talent. So, and the only thing about the Commander is Jalen's second year. Can they build off last season? What do you feel about that then, Q?
Say that again. I'm sorry because it had went out and came in. I'm sorry.
It said the only thing about the Commanders is Jaden's second season. Can they build off last season?
Didn't they just add a receiver?
Debo.
Facts. So if y'all ain't paying attention, saying they finna put everything they need around Jaden Daniels. Hey, bro, let me tell y'all something about Jaden Daniels, bro. He gonna get a ring before it's over with. That nigga is different.
We play Denver. We won't play Denver this year.
He different. He different, bro. On everything, he's way different. He gonna get a ring before it's over with. I'm sorry. He just showed me that in his rookie year. Unless he go through a career-ending injury or something like that, he gonna get one.
Do you see him having a better year than CJ did in his second?
Yes, he better than CJ.
Even with Dallas getting Jordan Pickens and
yes, because I'm not big on that George Pickens deal. George Pickens not even disciplined.
They added Debo and who? Lamar Thompson is a sophomore slump you gotta avoid. CJ went through it last year. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't know, bro. But they in different. CJ in the ALC. That we know how the ALC is. ALC, bro. You dealing with Bengals all the time. The NFC. I look at the NFC like I look at the East and the NBA. It is like they're getting better. They're getting better.
The Bengals got to tighten up, man.
The who?
The Bengals.
Cincinnati?
They gotta tighten up.
For $437 million for 3 players, they better do something.
They can't even get a rookie contract. They can't even get their rookies the real deal. That's why they doing what they doing right now.
Okay, so I think is with that situation, right? Because I was gonna speak on that a while ago. They got 2 rookies out. Their first two first round draft picks. I'm if you know more about the situation, because I've been hearing different things. I'm hearing that they not getting enough, and then I'm hearing that it's like damn, what is it? Like not I forgot what it was that they wasn't wanting to sign. But I want to get your opinion on it before I speak on it. Nate said the Texas roster is better than the Commanders too.
The Texans roster is better than the Commanders.
That nigga eyes got big.
That's what he just said. The Texans roster is better than the Commanders.
It's on the thing.
Man, get the fuck out of here, Nate. You know in hell. How? Explain that. You got to explain that. They ain't got better receivers. They ain't got a better quarterback.
Explain that one.
Man, C.J. Stroud went to the playoffs with third-string linemen. What are you talking, bro? What the hell? Man, you ain't finna make me believe that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. They got depth. If that's what you're saying, the Texans probably got better depth because they are a stacked up loaded roster team. As far as like they don't really need nothing here, they don't really need nothing there. They got everything where they needed at. That's one thing I can say about D'Amico Ryans. But bro, to say that they roster is better.
All right, so Nate, hold on. So
they might probably got a better running back or something.
Defensive line better than I don't know, Nate.
What he say?
What he say? Nate. You forgot them Alabama boys is on Washington DT line now.
I ain't going for that one, Nate. I'm sorry, bro.
Payne is a bad boy now.
Did and think about what you just said right now. I'm sorry.
I gotta agree with. See, man, why you doing this, Nate? You don't even like agreeing with Q. So why would you set me up to do it? Like
it'd be like that.
You got Payne, and I forgot. I think Allen. If they ain't the same person, but you got some hitters on that line now, bro. I ain't gonna say that now. Now you do got Will Anderson. Okay, yeah, I was just about to say Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Their pass rush in Houston.
Hey, so look, hey Nate, this is another thing too. Did Cincinnati pay? Hey, yo, Nate, did Cincinnati pay your boy from Clemson either? They ain't pay him either, huh?
From Clemson?
Yeah, they got his Barrett Carter. I was about to say they got Nate Boyd, the linebacker from Clemson.
I thought they did sign him. They ain't signed him. He wasn't that many.
Did they? So you telling me they signed the rest of the rookies, but they ain't get the first and the second round rookie they money yet?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's in those first 2 rounds. The first 2 round contracts is different than the other 2 rounds.
The first 2 is Shamar Stewart and Demetrius Knight.
No, I'm saying the contract, the agreement to like guarantees and that's different than the first. I mean, after the third and stuff, their situation a little different. And then I think with the first round you have a 5th-year contract. I mean, option too. I don't know if that's for the second round, but you got that 5th-year option as well when you do your contract. So. Like like how Kyle Pitts had his and Drake London had his. I don't know if that's done in the second round as well. I don't want to speak on that. Like I know everything, but I do know that can cause it. And these kids are getting smarter, bro. They're not just gonna end up signing everything.
Yeah,
you feel me? And Cincinnati has not always been known to do great business. That's why they have not been one of the greatest franchise teams in here. So they don't do great business. What Nate talking about? Yeah, they haven't paid them yet. Oh, he haven't paid Carter either? Damn.
That's what I'm saying. They ain't paid none of them. They just saying something about Shamar Stewart and
I ain't know that now.
They just saying something about them because they the first and the second round pick. But I don't think they paid none of them.
And they need everything on defense because Trey might hold out.
Yeah.
But they gonna have to score about 60 then.
Yeah.
They ain't got no damn defense. Because the way they doing. But let me ask you this then. Do they have any money to pay the defense?
I don't know, bro. That's what I'm saying, like, bro, I don't know what. That's what I'm saying. What the hell Cincinnati got going on?
Bro, they paid them. They paid their top 3 best players $436 million.
They had to, or they was gone though.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but now you got to think about there ain't no defense. Shit, and you can need. I ain't gonna lie. In that NFC, in that AFC North,
somebody got to get traded or go or something.
In that AFC North, you gonna need a defense.
No, definitely defense.
As much as
you need a D line in that division.
And yes, that's one thing I have I would definitely agree. And those type of like, I'll definitely say in that AFC North, that trenches, if that trenches ain't right,
they keep them big Nebraska. They keep them big Nebraska boys on their lines. Oh God,
they can say what they want about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh can have a sorry ass quarterback.
Oh, they keep a good ass line.
That line and that deep. That's why they have had a winning at least no losing record. I wouldn't even say winning, but no losing because they have went like 8-8 or something. But they have been on that line, bro. Like them trenches. They had what? That's why they had to kill the draft. They killed the draft. They didn't, but can they sign them? And then what are they signing them for? What are the credentials? Like what are they putting in no contract for these kids to be like, nah, I don't want to sign this? Is the questions I'm asking because apparently it's something in there that's holding these kids back from signing.
Yeah, man. I don't understand that.
I'm not gonna lie. What's next? I'm not gonna lie. I was paying Chase and letting T walk, but I guess they felt like they needed both. Okay, what if you let T walk? Okay, good. If you let T walk, you say you had signed Trey on the defensive line. You could have probably would you drafted a wide receiver, another one?
You have to if you let T go, you have to.
And what would they let? Was they because if you franchise T, right? They was gonna probably franchise him again. I don't even know if they have, but you could franchise him and like trade
That's
him.
What they was talking about, trying to franchise tag him
and get. But see, that's business. That to me is business. If you was going to do that, that would have been a smart thing to franchise him and at least get some assets for him if you know that. But I guess I don't know, man. So it's an offensive driven league now. But to me, defense still wins championship if that's been proven. So I don't. Yeah, I picked who? Oh, from Ohio State. That would have been nice for Cincinnati to get.
Somebody wide receiver.
Ohio State.
The wide receiver.
Yeah, like that. He would have been straight.
What they had like 2 wide receivers went through the draft though, didn't
they? This year?
Yeah, they had Ibuko and another one, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know the other. They might have did. Was it the later round? Let this sink in. T and Chase accounted for 47 million of the cap space, and Burrow is 45. So that's 92 million and 3 players. Yeah. That's crazy.
Be real though, bro. Like, how do you break that trio up though?
Do you see that?
I hear y'all saying like I'm going to draft and get another wide receiver. That's a hell of a trio, bro.
No, you're right. But
them 3 right there, them 3 right. Hey, listen, them 3 right there, bro. They liable to bust you on any given Sunday. And you know how Joe Burrow and the Bengals start their season slow. You don't want to see them in the playoffs.
That's what I was just about to say though. That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, you don't want to see. Now, what if just imagine? Now, what if Joe Burrow can actually not start his season off slow?
Okay, let me ask you this.
If Joe Burrow is right now, Joe Burrow and the Bengals started at 5-0. I promise the next podcast, I'm going to tell you like, man, the Bengals probably going to the Super Bowl this year.
You think so?
If they can start off like 5-0, I'm going to be real with you. Hell yeah, because
it's a heck of a trio, but I just wish they would address their defense.
Yeah, they do, because they be letting too many good players go. It all started with Jesse Bates start leaving. They let too many good players on their defense start. That's when
that's good. That's
definitely
a good point.
When they start letting some people on their defense go, that's when they start losing more.
They will not have another season like that again.
Who said that? Jared?
Yeah.
Talking about Cincinnati?
Uh-huh.
That year when they went to the Super Bowl, or like last year?
I think he mean like last year where they started off.
They start off late.
They started. This the second year they started off like that, right?
Off late. They start off late every. That's what I'm saying. Imagine if Cincinnati start their season off 5-0, 6-0. I bet every radio station, every podcast, sport podcast, they gonna all be saying, "Boy, Cincinnati 9 out of 10 goes to the Super Bowl this year."
Oh my bad. He was talking about the Super Bowl. So are you saying they'll never have another one like that again, Jared? I don't know now. I don't know if I can agree with that.
I feel like, bro, if you want to be technical about it, Joe Burrow be getting hurt, and then when he come back in, he be damn near saving the season. They didn't want to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs last year. I'm gonna be real. Kansas City didn't have no business want to see them in there. So why would you go out there and try to beat Denver? Why would you let your starters go out there and play Denver when you could you could go ahead and make it look like what it's supposed to look like? In Cincinnati fucked up because they wanted to go on the win streak too late.
Well, let me ask y'all this then, because y'all, okay, so since we even on this division right now, I'll speak on this. You got this, okay, let's talk about what this division look like now. We don't know who the fuck the Browns quarterback is. We just gonna say that. We don't know who the fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback is. So, all right, now all we could talk about is Baltimore.
Yeah.
So, when you look at that, it's like, with that trio, they could come out second in that division and still do damage. All they need to do is get in that playoff. And like
I'm gonna be real, Baltimore. Get what? Baltimore lose to fucking Cincinnati, bro. And Joe Burrow ain't even gotta be playing sometime.
Damn, don't do Lamar like that, bro.
But that's just the truth.
Don't do him like that, dog.
That's just the truth, though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But you know they just signed dead. They just did a
I saw that they gave him that little $30 million extension.
Why it's gotta be little?
I mean,
damn, dog. Why I gotta be little, bro?
I ain't trying to say like that. I ain't trying to say like he's little. He's big. I'm sorry. I don't mean like that.
Damn, niggas. Niggas always throw that little, but you gotta hold on.
How many years of extension that is though?
Maybe 2. I gotta check. I haven't. Nate might know.
It ain't guaranteed, right?
Nate might know. I didn't. All I seen was the extension.
I didn't see. I had screenshot. And I was gonna drop it in the chat, and I forgot. But
both game they just lost.
What he said? So,
okay, so he said Burrow cooked the Ravens defense both games. They just lost.
No, facts. They couldn't finish. They can't finish the drill on the niggas. They couldn't finish it on game. But I ain't gonna lie to you though. Baltimore had a good ass defense this year. Baltimore had a defense where if you could get off on them, they had a defense where even if you're getting off on them, if it comes to the wire, they know how to stop you.
Hamilton and Wiggins, I like. And I wasn't like, you know how I feel about Clemson players, but Wiggins was solid last year.
Now you got Hamilton, Wiggins, Starks.
Damn.
Yeah, facts. That shit look good. I'm sorry. Can't knock that.
Damn. And don't they still got that linebacker from Pittsburgh that went? Damn.
That's what I'm saying. Can't knock that.
That's gonna look good. And then they pick up, if I'm not mistaken, DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah, facts. They did.
I
ain't big on DeAndre Hopkins no more though, bro.
No, not. But it's a little solid. Like
he's still a good wide receiver to have on your roster. I'm gonna be real with you. He still go out there and get that ball. I just ain't big on him like that.
But they did release their kicker, if I'm not mistaken. Was it the kicker?
Talking about Tucker?
Yeah, they released him.
Damn,
Tucker gone.
You can find the kicker.
Hey, man, Tucker. Hey, they were paying Tucker.
Man, you can find the kicker though, bro.
Not a Tucker though, dog. Like when it comes to field position, dog.
And find a Tucker, but you can find a kicker, bro.
Sure hands. Jared, who the hell? Jared be coming in on subjects I don't even know what we be talking about no more, bro. He said sure hands, and I don't know who he talking about.
Dang.
Oh, they did draft Mike Green, son of a. I don't even want to have this conversation no more. Just thinking about that, bro, because you know how I felt about Mike Green, bro. Like I really felt. Oh, okay. So Jared's talking about Hopkins. He said Hopkins are sure hands still.
He said what?
He said that he still has sure hands.
Who? Who got short hands? Hold on, who?
I said sure.
Oh, sure hands. I was about to say.
Not short.
I said what? Mike Green? Oh yeah, Mike Green went to Baltimore too. Mike Green did go to Baltimore, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I thought you was talking about the short hand part. My bad. Go ahead. Yeah. Mike Green. But yeah.
Mike Green did go to Baltimore. I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. Like, y'all had to release Jay Diddy. Who is Jay Diddy? Damn. I'm just missing shit. Who is Jay Diddy?
I don't know who the hell that is.
Who is Jay Diddy, Nate? But see, this is why niggas don't need to be watching. Stay off. Y'all need to stay offline. Leave Diddy alone for a minute. Oh,
who the hell is Jay Diddy, Nate?
Bring it back to Jay Diddy. Justin Tucker. Justin
Tucker. Oh yeah, facts. He is Jay Diddy. I'm sorry.
Never mind. Facts. You right on point. Facts. Without the baby oil. I think. Hey. This what Justin Tucker.
Hey, this man Nate just snapped, man.
This what Justin Tucker was. My bad. Let me get this shit right. This what Justin Tucker was using. Dang, I had both of them.
This man just snapped, man.
Do you understand me? This what Justin Tucker was using. Diddy had the baby oil.
Bro.
Justin Tucker had the baby magic and the baby powder. So, and none of them got sponsors.
Bro, this man said Jay Diddy, boy, he's stupid.
Yeah, hey man,
it'd be like that.
That's why he missed all them field goals. Let me tell you something right now. When a white man get released, but then you got Deshaun Watkins.
He ain't been released though.
Shit, he might as well be.
Well, he ain't. They played him in all after that shit. He just.
I know that was my. Who ain't got released? Deshaun Watkins. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a good thing though.
He just keep getting hurt though, bro. He didn't play it again.
He ain't getting his daddy but treatments no more. The massage was helping, nigga. Some things you gotta like with bro. You gotta have.
I'm gonna be real, bro. Deshaun Watson was not worth that big ass contract when they gave him to him. He was not worth that.
And nigga, he ain't in Houston no more. Houston and Cleveland is two different cities.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't worth that big ass contract when they gave it to him.
I don't know. He was good in Houston.
He was all right to me, bro. How many playoff games he won? We always big on talking about these playoffs. How many playoff games he won? None.
Fair take. It
is.
He had to be on Team of Time to get released. Nah, he had to be on something, bro. But he ain't nobody working.
Look at it like this too, bro. This how fast time be going by. If I'm not mistaken, Deshaun Watson got drafted in 2016, right?
Hold on. Time out. You glad? No, I was glad Atlanta didn't do it. I told AJ that. Jared, do what? What the? Bob, you don't start telling me what you talking about because I'm so lost right now.
What'd he say now?
I don't know. I'm lost. I forgot, bro. I'm sorry. We be talking about so much. No, I was glad Atlanta didn't do it. AJ. Oh, he might be talking about Mike Green. Why you don't like Mike Green?
Mike Green was straight, but it was just about that competition thing. I'm not taking Mike Green over Jalen Walker and fucking James Pierce Jr. I ain't doing that.
I give y'all that. I said I'll give y'all that shit.
Yeah, I ain't taking that. I like Mike Green though. He hard though.
Oh no, the Deshaun Watson when they was about to trade for him. Let me tell y'all something.
When the Falcons was trying about trading for him?
Yeah, I do remember.
Man, the Falcons couldn't afford him, bro. That dude was some bullshit, man. The Falcons couldn't afford that nigga ass. That's just like that shit with Lamar Jackson. The Falcons couldn't afford Lamar Jackson that year, bro. They couldn't afford him.
My bad, Jared. I had to catch up, man. Come on, dog.
Listen. Let Lamar Jackson would have been on the table last year when we was getting Kirk Cousins. We would have got Lamar Jackson
on the table 1 year.
Man, we couldn't afford Lamar Jackson that year, bro. On everything. I don't even know why they was even doing that with our name on it. We couldn't afford that nigga. We was in cap space behind Matt Ryan.
True.
Man, we couldn't afford that nigga.
Yeah, because Nate kept saying, nah, he was currently a Falcon in 2022, but the Browns threw 100. So Nate saying we could have got Deshaun Watkins.
Man, all right, bro. They could not afford that, man. I know y'all saw that little bullshit leak. I know what y'all talking about. Y'all saw that little bullshit-ass leak thing with the Falcon thing in the background, and then he went the other way. Cool. The Falcons could not afford Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson in those years. We was in cap space. What the hell we was going to go get some money from?
Home Depot?
I'm trying to what the team going to go get some money from? We going to do some illegal shit? I mean, this is Atlanta. We'll get away with a couple scams now.
I mean, that nigga do own the United. He own that soccer team and all that other shit. He better fucking
do. Still be going all into cap space, though. All that shit be going into one with Atlanta.
Hold on. When they said, hold on, nah, it wasn't that. You know I don't believe in leaks. Then what it was, Nate? Nah, you right, but they was trying to.
Yeah, they was trying to. I remember seeing that. That's why I was saying a lot of motherfuckers thought that Deshaun Watson was coming to Atlanta because they had that little shit leaked and they had that Falcon shit in the background. And then they tried to say the Browns jumped in there and put that money in his face. Me personally, I just feel like goddamn, they ain't have enough money, period. If he was gonna come down here, Deshaun Watson wasn't gonna have no big ass contract.
Oh, like they said his homie was on the staff in 2020. It was happening, but Watson had a $230 money guarantee. Now I do remember. I'm starting to get remember that. I do remember. I think the Lamar thing was more of what you're talking about, dog. That we wasn't gonna be able to do at all.
Both of them is what I'm talking about. I didn't see it when they was talking about Deshaun Watson coming down here.
We were broke.
I can't even afford that nigga.
It was gonna be way around.
The shit with that's what I was about to say. That's the shit when they pushed out Matt Ryan. When Deshaun Watson came down here, that's what Matt Ryan no longer gives.
I think they would have had it. I think like this, bro. And if Nate, you were correct. If they was gonna make it happen, even though we was broke, they was gonna try to they was either gonna have to cut somebody or restructure somebody else's contract to make cap room for that shit. So unless they had a plan, behind the shit until the Browns guarantee him that guarantee money. I don't know.
Well, listen, this how it fucked up then. Matt Ryan, when they did that shit with Matt Ryan held out on contract. Then we had to let him go for a 3rd round pick.
I mean, at the end of the day,
that
bro,
put us in all type of fucked up cap space. So when next year we couldn't get Lamar Jackson.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, bro. I think everything happened for a reason, and I'm not mad at the decision we made. You know what I mean? Now that I look back at it, I mean, because like you said before in one of the other tapes, we could have had drafted a quarterback. Because I think Jared brought this up too. We could have drafted a quarterback if we knew Matt Ryan. Like we could have drafted Matt Ryan's successor a long time ago, but we chose not to.
Yeah,
you get
I'm
what I'm
gonna be
saying?
real. Matt Ryan, even like that, when he went to the Super Bowl, like he didn't just dramatically goddamn just fall off. He really kind of did it in 1 year.
What year you talking about?
Like his last year or some shit like that at the Falcons. He didn't just dramatically fall off. Now that next year after Super Bowl, the offense just wasn't connect. The offense just wasn't together. But I ain't gonna lie, Matt Ryan didn't never really just have no like real declining numbers like that, bro, on some real G shit after that Super Bowl. It was like a 1 year thing. Swear, it was just like a 1 year thing.
Jared said that's what
that he was old as hell in 1 year.
To you about Jackson. If we sign him, we wouldn't have money to put a team around him. Nate said
that could have been true, but I ain't gonna lie, they did not have the money that year to afford Lamar Jackson. They didn't have that. That's the year with Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Matt kept restructuring because outside of the deal, we had bad contracts. I do remember that nigga restructuring a lot.
Didn't Matt Ryan get franchise tagged?
You talking about like later on in them years? No.
I thought that year after when he won a Super Bowl, they franchise tagged him.
I know you lying because he ain't win no Super Bowl.
No, I'm talking about after we went to the Super Bowl. I didn't say win. I said went.
Oh, you said win. Okay. I can't. Y'all will know more about that.
I want to say because that was to be for
you might have been. I don't know.
This on everything I love. That year we went to the Super Bowl, bro. Matt Ryan and Kyle Shanahan was on the hot seat that year, bro.
You said you was right. You were right about that Matt Ryan thing as far as him.
I told you. I remember that shit.
Man, maybe I just don't like Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I remember that.
Paid,
listen,
I think
for real. In 2016, in 2016, I swear to God, in 2016, I'm going to give you everybody that was on the Falcon roster that was on the hot seat. Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, Kyle Shanahan, Desmond Trufant, and damn, it's one more. It's a defensive player.
Beasley?
Nah, Beasley was just a rookie then. For real, that was his second year. It wasn't Beasley.
And what you said, 16?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It was another motherfucker, bro. I'm trying to think who it was. No. All these motherfuckers on the hot seat though, bro. We was gonna get rid of these niggas. So I'm telling you, Matt, listen.
Look at Matt Ryan numbers. He put up Burrow numbers from the last year, but the defense couldn't get a stop.
Nah, facts. On there from that last year.
He said 2018 numbers.
Oh, 2018?
Yeah.
He had good numbers, I want to say, that year, for real.
That was the year after the Super Bowl.
Nah, the year after the Super Bowl, that's 17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Y'all
16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, I got you now. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, but I swear that now 2017, his numbers wasn't that good. I'm gonna be real with you, but the offense was fucked because Kyle Shanahan had left and they had brought in fucking Lane Kiffin, sorry ass.
Didn't y'all wasn't in, y'all didn't get in no injuries that year? Like no, y'all did. Y'all made the playoffs.
We lost to Philly in the goddamn playoffs, and I'm gonna be real with you. Julio Jones dropped the ball.
But it was more.
We're supposed to win that game, bro. Julio dropped that goddamn ball.
It was more. I'm pretty sure it was more things to that game that got y'all to that.
It was, but I'm gonna be real, bro. It was a real competitive ass game. The Falcons played their ass off in that game. To be on the road at Philly, they played their ass off in that game. Then prior week, they went to LA and beat Todd Gurley and them.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they played good, nigga. I'm gonna be real. They should have beat Philly that game.
The weird thing is Matt threw 9 picks that should not have been picked. It was tip passes all.
Tip passes, yep, that next year on everything. Oh, that's no lie. Listen, Julio tipped about 2-3 of them. I'm gonna be real.
But
Julio
y'all
took about
love to
2, 3
throw
of them. You
Julio
remember the
under the
one
bus,
when
man. Y'all gonna
in
start
Tampa Bay?
doing that to Julio.
You remember the one in Tampa Bay? He had the ball, boom, tip, interception. That shit was down to pick 6.
Julio definitely lost us that game at the end. We was
Oh
bottom
God,
of the league.
that was a good competitive game. Philly was playing their ass off. The Falcons was playing their ass off. That shit went all the way to the wire. Julio supposed to caught that goddamn ball. That's the only thing I can ever say about his Falcon career that I'm mad about. Everything else, I ain't mad at that nigga on, bro. On God. But that day, I was pissed. Now, I'm going to be real, though. Julio last year as a Falcon, he was dropping the shit out that ball, though.
Y'all gonna get off Julio, man.
Bro, his last year as a Falcon,
Julio.
he was one of the leading receivers in drop passes that year.
Yeah,
On
bro.
everything.
He did hit a
one of those
decline.
leading receivers in drop passes. And I
Well,
ain't gonna cap.
Calvin Ridley.
We got Calvin Ridley in 2018. Calvin Ridley came straight from Alabama on some deep threat shit.
He was balling.
Yeah, he came straight out of that mother on some deep ball shit.
The Eagles scored 15 against us. They scored 40 plus in the NFC title game in the Super Bowl. That tells you how
Facts, they beat the fuck out of Minnesota that goddamn game. On everything, they beat the shit out of Minnesota. Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. You know who I hate to say this, bro, but it's all the way true. These motherfuckers should have went to at least 2 more Super Bowls. Them whole ass ain'ts. They should have went to 2 more Super Bowls, bro. I rooted for them 1 year to go to the Super Bowl, bro.
What was it? Was that year that they lost to Minnesota?
Man, that one and the year they lost to the Rams.
No, that year they got.
That year definitely for a fact,
screwed.
nigga. That year they was definitely supposed to win. That was a play. That was a.
They
play,
got
that was
screwed
a,
that year.
That was pass interference all day, bro.
They got screwed that year.
They got screwed, bro. And that shit happened right in front of the ref face, nigga. He just looked at it. I said, bro, oh, no way.
And walked the hell off.
I said that ref got money on this game. Ain't no way.
They definitely should have went to the Super Bowl in 2011 and 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. I'm gonna be real. In 2017, they supposed to win, and Minnesota got off when that nigga tried to hit him with his head down.
Yeah,
Stephon did. Take it to the house.
Yeah, that's the year I'm talking about. Stephon did. Yeah, I don't know how that play even because they literally went past each other, and I'm like,
man, he tried to hit him. He tried to level. And listen, instead of him just making a proper tackle on Stephon Diggs, he tried to end that man's career and missed.
They was beating New England here in Atlanta, and I was gonna be sick. They was beating New England here in Atlanta. Talking about the Falcons, I think I do remember that game. Then Julio, what happened that game?
What happened? Talking about when New England and Atlanta played in Atlanta at the Super Bowl?
Nah, it was.
I'm about to say, nigga,
the Saints.
Oh my God,
say the Saints. The Saints was beating. They were beating New England here in Atlanta, and I was gonna be sick. The Saints
were beating. I ain't gonna lie though, bro. I was gonna root for New Orleans. I hate to say that. I was gonna root for Drew Brees. I'm gonna be real, and I hate to say this. I'm gonna just be 1,000. I'm gonna just be 1,000. I'm a real Falcon fan. I'm a diehard Falcon fan, but Drew Brees is definitely like one of my favorite quarterbacks. He made me respect his game. I'm just be real with you.
They said they would have beat the Rams. They was gonna beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah, man.
Drew Brees is.
Listen, to be real, Jared Goff had New England, and he overthrew a goddamn touchdown, and he threw a goddamn interception. It was right there to the nigga, and the man was wide open behind him. Jared Goff fucked that Super Bowl up, bro, on everything. They had him, nigga. LA defense played lights out. They kept them niggas at 13 points.
That's the year they played the Eagles?
Huh?
Is that the year they played the Eagles or New England?
No, this is when the Rams played Brady.
Brady, yeah, that's what I was saying. Because they played New England.
New England and Philly played the next year.
Okay. Yeah. And Tom escaped the Chiefs. What do you say? The Tom.
No, I'm sorry. They played the prior year. I want to say the Eagles the Eagles.
Yeah, Nick Foles won one, and so I'm trying to remember who Nick Foles.
That was 2018.
No, he did beat.
Bro, that was 2018, bro. 2019.
Hold on.
2019. The Rams and Brady.
Hold on.
Yeah, 2018. Nick Foles won because they still had Carson Wentz. 2019, Brady beat Jared Goff.
Let me see if this nigga gonna get on, man. I'm trying to see something. My bad, bro. Go ahead, bro. My bad. Somebody just asked me a question.
Nah, what's the question?
Somebody want to get on the live. Trying to see if this shit gonna work. If he gonna do it. But nah, y'all, you definitely right, bro. You remember that shit like it down to the T, cause
them my gambling days.
Right.
I know when I lost money and when I won.
This nigga. Boy, I ain't fooling with you today, man. Jerry, you don't bring your ass on. Come on.
In them 2 Super Bowls, bro, I lost money, bro. And I was pissed.
There you go, right there. Wow.
This how I went in them 2 Super Bowls.
There you go.
What up?
There you go.
What up?
There you go.
My boy.
You got a break.
Y'all responding too slow, man. I was typing and
that's AJ. That's AJ.
I'm trying to make.
Oh, you know what? I can't.
I'm trying to listen and respond.
Never press the chats. I don't never press the comments. I can't see them though. I'll be tripping.
Next said who? We gonna type. All right, Jared, we got you back on, dog. So we're gonna give you time to speak your piece on how you feel about everything, bro. Speak your piece, dog, because you don't always agree with me and Q. And
start with football and end with basketball, so I can cross-examine you in this basketball.
Just know, nigga, it's next on the notes, nigga.
I know,
it's next. It's next.
Pop it off with it. On God.
You know, but go on ahead, Jared, with that A hat on.
dirty ass hat, man. I'm at work, man. What we was on? Nate, what's happening, brother?
Not a damn thing. I'm giving you a minute to speak on how you feel about the Falcons, dog. Like, you was talking about Raheem Morris earlier and all this, bro. So we just giving you a chance to speak your piece and see how you feel about your team, dog. How you feel about the schedule and everything. You ain't in the comments no more, so
I see us winning 10 this year, man. Just being honest. I think we're gonna get 2 more games.
Well, we gonna take Jared off the goddamn live just for saying that dumb. Bro, you say 10 only?
We gonna get 10 games.
Only?
Oh, you think we're gonna get more?
Got the
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, listen, so
I think we're gonna get 10
realistic. Last year, bro, y'all know me. I was on that real deal. I was so happy about everything, bro. I said we was going 16-1, and I was riding with that nigga until we lost.
Yeah, he was back to the end. I don't know why, but
I don't get what my prediction is this year.
What's that?
17-0.
13-4.
13-4?
13-4.
I like that. I got 12-5, so I ain't mad at that.
12-5 is good one. I was thinking about that too, but I don't want to see 5 losses. I can only with the way. If our defense, we got Jeff Obrick now. If Jeff Obrick got them get our defense going, we get that offense clicking like how it's supposed to be clicking. Because I'm gonna be real, bro. Ain't nothing but talent on that offense side, bro. On God. From the wide receivers to a running back, bro, to a backup running back, to the backup wide. Ain't nothing but talent and speed. They
say he got 11-6.
Nothing but talent and speed over there on everything.
I can see 11 games. I like 10 though.
Defense, bro. Man, I'm not lose no 6 goddamn games, bro.
I like Leonard Floyd. I think Leonard Floyd is gonna be a great addition, especially for our new rookies that's coming in. I think that mentoring, and then bro. I don't know how to say his name, number 17, but to me, he has been bro. I think him starting this year is gonna be a great asset too. I think. I'm not really sold on Rabukie, whatever the fuck his name is.
Rook.
I'm not.
Rook is a run stopping plug. You don't count on him for no sacks. But if you think you about to run his way,
I think that's not why. That's the reason I'm not sold on him. I don't know how he is in the run stop.
That's not his game. That's not his game. Every defensive lineman not gonna get you no sacks
right now.
See, this is another thing about defensive linemen. Most defensive linemen are there to plug the gap, especially run formation. If you got a real run stopper,
you're right, but I don't know how he is at that right now because he didn't really play.
The little games he played, he didn't have to get no tackles. Listen, the little games he played, he didn't have to get no tackles. He showed that his run stop presence was a must. I give him that because if you go his way, you know how usually it's a block and shed. You can't block and shed with Rook. He's too big for that. You can't shed with him. So now that leaves the linebacker open to pop your ass. You see
with us playing the 3-4, he really gonna have to take up most space because he ain't.
Nah, he got to. The whole middle gonna be him.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. So he gonna have to step up instead. I don't know much about Morgan Fox and all these other.
Morgan Fox is okay. I can work. I can deal with him. Now I'm gonna tell you for real. Who we stole that I didn't even know we had him. That safety we got. That safety we just got.
Jordan Flurry.
Yeah, I didn't even know we had him. Now he a good ass safety. Bro came in as a rookie, picking. Like now I ain't gonna lie. Last year I want to say he got hurt. Yeah, last year I really want to say he got hurt.
Nah,
I think boy he get up under that ball, boy.
So do you like him to start over Watts right now?
Yeah, because Watt's still a rookie. and I want to say Watson. I want to say Watts really played strong, like Bates.
Bates.
Yeah, I really want to say he plays strong. He don't play free.
Okay, I can see that. Cause then Watts played with Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
He did, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Who
I
the
think
other corner gonna be? Y'all think, man?
AJ and I guess AJ and Mike Hughes, or unless Kobe Bryant can beat something out. And I don't think no
Oh,
undrafted free agent. I don't think they're gonna let no undrafted free agent start.
no,
I want to
not
see Kobe in there. To be honest with you, bro.
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
want to see Kobe in there too, for real, but
I
I don't
want
think
to
they're
see
gonna let no
Kobe.
undrafted free agent start, bro. I just can't. I just gotta see that to believe that one.
They gave Mike Hughes too many years for him to start. If they gave Kurt 4 and he started, I know Mike Hughes gonna start.
Yeah.
You feel me? They gave him 4 years. So and AJ, hold on, what? AJ and a free agent. Free agent. Time out.
You said who a free agent?
He said the free agent
He
gonna
said
start.
AJ and a free agent. Which free agent? I still think we still got a veteran. Still got to get a veteran cornerback. So why would we give Mike Hughes 4 years? Man, my daughter driving me crazy.
Oh, AJ Terrell is on his fifth. Did AJ Terrell take a 5th-year option? Didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And he on his last year then, huh? Yeah, this is last year, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna get like Nate said. I think they're gonna get a vet in there. I'm saying either Gilmore or somebody. I give Gilmore a chance,
They
man. I
should
think he can
got
still
Ram. They
play.
should just pursue Ramsey, bro.
We
I ain't
might as
really a
well
big
trade
Ramsey
for
fan.
Ramsey then.
They should just pursue Ramsey for real.
You
You
might as
got to
well.
trade for him, huh?
I ain't gonna
Might
lie, I
as
trade
well.
Mike Hughes and D Alpha for Ramsey. Y'all can get both them niggas.
Shit, you might as well.
That's gonna
Nah,
come with a contract, though.
he's still good. I'm saying we
Get
have a
niggas
free
up out of
agent
there.
veteran on the opposite side. We do have that. I forgot that nigga name too.
Who?
Hey
What he
Q,
say?
what's up with this safety from Alabama that we drafted like 3 years ago, bro? Like I was talking about that in the group.
D'Amico Helms?
Is that who that?
DeMarco D'Amico? That nigga, he okay. He really like a hitter. He ain't really too much of a cover nigga. He like more of a hitter.
So why I don't remember seeing this nigga on the field when he played for? I don't remember this nigga at Alabama at all.
Hey, what number he is? Number 34 or something, right?
What with us?
Yeah, what number he is?
Bro, I promise you, I didn't even know he was on our team.
Yeah,
today.
he like 30 something or some shit. Hold on.
Oh, look, we don't never talk about Clark Phillips.
Cause his ass they don't never want to let his ass shine like he supposed to.
You talk, and we did pick up Mike Ford Jr.
And Clark Phillips had got an interception last year.
I think Nate talking about Mike Field Jr.'s that we picked up in free agency. We also got Keith Taylor Jr. Who the fuck is that? From Washington? Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Some of these second strings that we got, I don't even know where they came from. I didn't even know we signed them. I don't know if they came off the practice squad and they moved them up. I don't. And the thing about I don't like, bro, we went through so many corners and nickelbacks last year that it got embarrassing at the last part of the year.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. You gotta remember, a lot of these niggas was kind of hurt
though.
Ajay.
What, you don't?
Oh, my bad.
You don't like Mike Ford?
I mean, he all right.
We need to get a cornerback, not none of them. We need to get a cornerback, not none of them are bums.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Ford, he all right. I don't know. He ain't as good as he was when he first came in. That's how I look at it. And I ain't gonna lie, Mike Ford, he don't really get like a lot of interceptions. He just Mike Ford fast, so he gonna make it to a point where you're not open. That's what Mike Ford do. But if you throw the ball to that nigga and he get past some shit, Mike Ford dead. But he does do a lot of shutdown shit though. I give it that. He does do a lot of shutdown shit. He been doing that since he been in the league.
I hate every corner not named a rookie or AJ. Damn.
What'd he say?
He hate every corner not named a rookie. He hate every corner not named a rookie or AJ.
Yeah, only corner I feel good about is AJ Terrell, Clark Phillips thirds, and Kobe. The rest of them niggas, I ain't. Mike Hughes straight. He okay. I ain't gonna just throw him out like that.
He had a pretty. I think did he get hurt at the end of the season? Like later on,
he got hurt towards the end of the season. The only thing with Mike Hughes, bro, he don't really cover that good like that. He more of a pop your ass off.
All right then, bro. So we on the basketball, bro, real quick. New York versus Boston, man.
Boston in 7, nigga. I don't care what nobody say till I see it done, nigga. Boston gonna win it all in 7, nigga. I'm telling you what's going on. Jason Tatum going down is gonna allow Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Pritchard, and Courtney to all take more shots. And every last one of them niggas right there are very, very good on shooting percentage. Jaylen Brown might have the worst one of everybody I just said. But all the rest of them niggas have great on shooting percentage. They're going to take more shots. And it's going to cover
Yes,
for
sir.
Tatum. I'm telling you what I know. New York should have killed them last night. That's going to come back to hunt them, bro. I'm telling you what's going on.
Yeah, I
That
think
rotation is going to kill them.
I think if they don't win in New York, you're right. I do feel that way.
Man, they dead, bro. I'm telling you what's up. They supposed to kill them last night. They dead. I
Bridges
can't wait till
had
we
not-
jump in this group chat when they lose tomorrow. Because I'm going to do what you do. And I'm going to come load this up and I'm going to post it in the group chat.
Yo, so Bridges only had 9 points. Michael Bridges only had 9. Karl Anthony Towns had a terrible game. He had 19 points, but most of those came at the end. He had 8 rebounds, 0 assists. And when I like Josh Hart, but when Josh Hart is your leading scorer, I don't know, bro. Like,
damn all that. Boston leading scorer was my boy Ballhead last night. That boy Derek White.
Derek White,
that boy dropped 34 points. You don't want Ballhead do some Carmelo shit. That's the last nigga you want to see get hot.
as great as Tatum played in Game 4,
Ballhead go out there and bust your ass.
The Knicks is not as deep as fall. I'm starting to question. I promise you, bro. I don't know if that's just because it's too many light skinned niggas on New York, but every time I try to get them real credit,
me personally, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. The Knicks then won 3 games. Out of those 3 games, I can actually say they honestly really won the game, and Boston didn't beat themselves. And that's when Tatum got hurt. For real, they was actually making a good comeback. They made a good comeback. They shut shit down and they allowed themselves to come back. Now I'm gonna be real. Tatum probably could have finished the game. I don't know how that could have went, but they was losing before Tatum got hurt anyway. But I'm gonna be real. That's the only game I can honestly say they won. The other 2, Boston beat they damn self with all that with them fucked up ass shooting slumps they was in.
Yeah, Nate was just talking about that.
Come on, bro. You 2 games.
Yeah, that's right. They did do some comebacks.
25.
Yeah, them comebacks.
That's horrible, bro. That's horrible. Then listen. Boston beating these folks by like 15 or more points.
But so okay then. So
20 points. They had to come back with 20 points 3 times.
Facts, nigga. They killing themselves when they jump into a shooting slump. Then I'm gonna tell you another thing with coaching, because they coach be getting too comfortable. They go about a dub and they coach be take everybody out and don't think them niggas will come back. And then they came back. Now they hot.
Which coach we talking about?
Boston's coach, because every time they go up a dub, he started taking the starters out. And
I'm gonna ask y'all this: do you feel like I don't know his name, but the Boston coach might be the next Doc Rivers?
Nah, hell no. Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Oh man, don't disrespect him.
Nah.
No, he ain't no bad coach. Doc Rivers horrible.
Listen,
yeah,
I seen this on another podcast. Somebody say that this was question. I'm asking y'all this question. Because somebody said it.
Going for that. Doc Rivers in their own trash ass coaching league by his damn self.
What they saying?
That nigga looked up and had Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and the Paul Pierce.
They saying he not making the right adjustments, and like last year he blew it, and then I think like he just really not making those same adjustments. To me,
talking about the Boston coach?
Yes, I feel like this.
The only thing I can say about this year is this: I didn't see Boston going back as being the number 1 seed in the East. I didn't see that. I'm gonna be real with you, but I kept saying I see them going back as NBA champions. You ain't got to be. One thing about the East, you ain't got to be number 1 to go all the way.
Nah,
LeBron used to go. LeBron used to go at 4 and 5.
Damn, LeBron.
Listen, LeBron was at Miami, and I want to say they went twice at 2, and Indiana was at 1.
Nah, definitely, yeah, they were.
In the East, you don't never have to be number 1 to do that. All you gotta do is just keep winning. That's what I'm saying. On the East, it's so renegade. It don't matter if you got home court advantage. Them niggas will come bust your ass in your backyard. Versus the West, well, that shit kind of matters. I ain't gonna lie. In the West, you want your home games and all that shit. You need your crowd behind you and shit. You know what I mean?
To be honest with you now, I think with the West, bro, the West is a young man's game.
Yeah, the West got them YNs.
Yeah, the West is, to me, I don't know, bro.
Could it be that the West had better teams? That's the problem too?
Can we actually say that? Because I just feel like it's kind of all the way around equal now.
Yeah, they. If you look at how they rank, look at how
Only
the
thing I
West
can say
rank.
is
Look how
this:
the
when
West
you talk
rank.
about the
Those
powerhouse
rankings
teams,
be
when you talk
win
about the
and
powerhouse
losses be
teams
close,
in the
bro.
West, it's kind of equal. Now, when you start talking about the good teams in the East and the West definitely have better teams. And like
Yeah,
when
that's
you
what
want
I'm
to compare
saying.
it out, but
Yeah.
don't get me wrong: Portland suck, Utah suck. Memphis is no, I don't really know what to say about them because they looking like they're getting horrible as the season going on. Next year, we might be saying they suck. I'm gonna be real with you. Where you go on the East, and you know Philadelphia is sorry because they getting injured. Where or the Wizards don't got no damn body.
And how long have we been saying that the West have been having best? Like the West has been having the best team.
I
For
mean,
how
the
long?
West was stacked when you had when you had everybody over there. Like when James Harden was still doing his thing, Kevin Durant, all that. They had everybody. You could not say that. Chris Paul, all
they
these
really.
prime. Think I'm just being real. You could never not. Damian Lillard. You see what I'm saying?
The West been holding it down for
The West has
a
been
good
holding
while,
it
bro.
down. The West been holding it down since we've been kids.
I just feel like
Yeah,
now.
I was trying to say that.
I just feel
Only
like
thing we
now
were
it's
talking about
more.
in the
I just
East
feel
was
like now it's
AI
more of
back
an
in the
even.
gap.
I just feel like it's more of an even thing. It's way more even than what it used to be.
It's getting better. Don't get me wrong. The East is catching up, but the West has been holding. I mean,
let's just be real right now. The West when it got SGA and SGA for the 9 times 10 win MVP. Nobody was actually seeing that though. Nobody
wasn't
know
he
bro from
already in the
Canada
West though?
from
He was with
Canada
the
to come down
Clippers
here and do
though.
that in the West.
He was
Did nobody
already
think he'd do that?
But he was already in the West. SGA
No,
was
that's
in.
what I'm saying. Nobody expected that. He even went to OKC, made OKC relevant again. Nobody was expecting that. At least not that fast.
Lie, bro.
At least not that fast.
OKC that front office. They know how to pick some players. For them to pick KD, Westbrook, and James, and then come back and redo this shit over again as fast as they did.
That's facts, though. Nate just said.
What do you say?
What?
KD and Westbrook won 50 games and was 8 seed in the West. That's what I'm talking about.
On God, that's how that shit used to be.
For a minute,
yeah,
that's how the West been holding it down.
But let me ask you this: didn't they get beat by Miami? That was the team that got beat by Miami.
Not that year though.
Was it? It wasn't
that
year.
Yeah, that's the year, wasn't it?
That was the year
the year they lost.
They went to the NBA Finals that year.
I think that's the year they lost to Golden State and KD went
I'm
over.
about to say. I think that's the year they might have lost to Golden State.
Okay.
Yeah, they was. I want to say they was number one in the East, number one in the West that year.
Yeah,
they went to the when they went to the finals and lost to LeBron.
That's what it was.
Look what OKC now, and I think OKC still got like some top draft picks that they could still cash in or whatever. They still got more talent they could build on. Like OKC is set up great for the future, bro. Like how that whatever they set up and how they're doing things, bro.
I feel like they need to let Chet go. Let Chet go and get a better big man.
Number 7.
Yeah, big Chet Holmgren.
You don't like him?
I go get a better big man than him.
There's no way they struck lightning twice. I'm gonna be real with you. Dallas about to strike lightning. We might be talking about Nico might did the right thing, bro, in a minute.
Nah, man, Nico knew what the fuck was going on. Nico paid for
that.
With
you. We was talking
Nico
about
went and paid for that shit. Hey, go swap like 8 of them balls out. Nico paid for that.
Nico might know because I forgot that Dallas. Dallas got Clay, and then you got Kyrie coming back. Whenever he get healthy, then you're gonna have AD. That's gonna be nasty.
That's the thing about it. They gotta stay healthy though, man. KD, you gotta depend on him.
Every nigga you just named gotta stay healthy.
Gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, every nigga you named gotta stay healthy.
Clay on the decline. Kyrie, if he don't come back from that injury like he was, shit, you gotta realize he older than he up in age with that type of injury. And then AD, you can't depend on him too much, so it just got to depend on if them boys stay healthy the whole year.
Yeah.
Because it only take one of them getting hurt.
I'm going to be 1,000 with you. I feel like now, because they making them niggas play all them damn 82 games and all that shit, I feel like that shit is doing too much to their ass now.
You think that's
the game is not like how it used to be back in the day, bro. They be trying to say, like, all them niggas back in the day play 82 games, man, shit. Some of them niggas.
But the game was it was more physical and it was more slower.
But I'm going to be real, though. Look at these athletes now, and then look at the athletes back then, bro. These niggas, that's why I don't never really be giving Bill Russell and shit no flowers because he was out there playing against mailmen. You see what I'm saying? Even like when even in like that late 80s, early 90s shit. Like a lot of them niggas, for real, if you didn't know their name, they wasn't nothing. Like, I'm gonna be real. If Mike didn't get Pippen, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The Bulls probably wouldn't have been as good like that.
He wouldn't. He couldn't
They
get
probably
at
wouldn't have been as
Detroit.
good like that. I'm gonna be real. Then when he came back, for real, he got Rodman. So if he wouldn't have probably got Rodman, I don't know how the fuck that probably wouldn't have goddamn happened either. Then I'm gonna be real with you. So Detroit and the old Bad Boys was a good team. They ain't never used to play a lot of motherfuckers like that either, though. I'm gonna be real with you.
I don't want to take nothing away from the 90s, bro. I think every time got they like just life and period. Everything you just have it.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be real.
Time.
When how I just feel about it, bro. When niggas like Kevin Garnett, Sean Livingston, AI, Kobe, Tim Duncan, when all them niggas came to the league, I just feel like the transition of athletes coming into basketball was whole different from what was coming in before.
I do like the current game is getting. They say he like that. The current game is getting back to building teams and not superstars or big threes. I do like that. Like you really, this has been the best year of playoff basketball. Like you really, I didn't expect for none of these teams to really be where they're at right now. Like as far as like where we're standing at, I didn't expect because I didn't expect Dallas to be down 3-2, even though they still come back and win. Like, I don't want to just give it up, but they don't have no coach.
Yeah, you right, though, about them building them teams, though. You got Orlando, they building the right way. Houston building the
They gonna
right
be
way. Detroit building it the right way. You got
gonna
these OKC, they built it the right way. So, yeah, you got these teams that's building teams that's going to be tough.
And
Especially, I think Houston for
I
sure.
ain't gonna lie, man. I just want my boy to go ahead and retire, man.
Bro, yeah.
Root for him no more. I ain't root for him no more. He need to go sit his old ass down, bro.
And before I let y'all go, the last game we had was Golden State in Minnesota, and on his way to his second Western Conference Final. That little motherfucker right there.
I'm gonna be real. We keep talking about Ant ain't do shit that damn series. We need to be talking about Julius Randle and them.
You got a great point on that.
Ant probably had one for real. Ant probably had one good game out that series for real. I'm gonna be real. Julius Randle kind of
didn't have a great series.
I'm gonna be real with you. Julius Randle is the nigga who need more props in that series because they was on Ant ass. When they was on Ant ass, that allowed Juju to do what he do.
So Julius Randle had 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and was he was 13 to 18 from the field. He did ball out, man. I'm gonna be real with you because when he was with the Knicks, they kept saying that
I ain't never liked Julius Randle with the Knicks. Now he looked great with Minnesota though.
He looked like, I'm gonna be real. I wasn't really too hyped on the Knicks trading him for Karl Anthony Towns because I didn't really feel like Julius Randle.
Listen, I'm gonna be real, man. I liked the Juju when he was with the Lakers. Juju played like Kevin Durant when he was with the Lakers, bro. Oh God, he ain't showed me that shit since now. We're playing with Minnesota. He showed me he back on his when he played with the Lakers.
The Wolves might be the favorite to win the title. That's what Jared said earlier, man. Unless
man, listen, bro. Minnesota just beat Steph Curry them, and you just beat goddamn Luka and LeBron.
Steph didn't play though, man. But Wayne.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I don't care if Steph would have played or not. I still don't think they would have beat them.
Them boys played ball last year. It was just
they would have
Mavericks
probably
time to go.
7 games though. They would probably won about 6-7 games for real. But I still don't think Steph would have beat. Now I'm gonna be real though. The thing I feel like with Minnesota was to keep trying to drive Steph to the point where he get hurt because they was on his ass. Yeah, that was on his ass. That's the only way you gonna stop him. You got to get him hurt some type of way. You can't stop Steph.
Nah, because you gotta remember he's not one of those things like you could just his shooting is he could get older and still shoot.
This on everything I love, bro. And I ain't trying to be like this when I say it, but it's some real shit. So for all the people who play video games, if you play 2K and you make a my player and you make a point guard and your goddamn matchup come when you play Steph Curry, I promise that's the hardest nigga to guard because he don't never sit still. He the same way in real life. He do not sit still.
I think that trade was excellent for both.
That nigga don't sit. Hey, I promise he's just like they took some real life variations from him and put in the video game. I was really amazed by that shit. Because when he ain't got the ball, that nigga don't sit still. Let me ask y'all bro. This, right? That nigga run through screens. This nigga do backdoor shit, and he might get right up on the basket, get the ball scored. You know, bro, what the?
They say he hit everything on 2K. Let me ask y'all this: what do you feel like Golden State should do Kuminga?
Oh, Kaminga actually did good this series, bro.
He
But I ain't gonna
did,
lie.
like,
Bro, Kaminga can't finish the job though, bro. If you finna bank on Kaminga to be beating Minnesota Timberwolves in
no.
5-6 games, bro, shit, you going home. He not
But
finna
what I'm
finish the
saying
job.
is they barely played him right during the
Shit,
season.
me? No, they didn't. Kaminga was the leading scorer down there every night. He just came off the bench for rotation. It's like this,
When?
huh?
You talking about? I'm not talking about during this series. I'm talking about during the season.
Oh, during the season. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they barely played him because I remember you even asked me where he was.
Yeah, facts. All right, but you know, Kaminga. Okay, so that's another thing because Kaminga really he don't really fuck with Steve Kerr like that.
At all. They don't
He don't fuck with Steve Kerr for real, for real. I'm surprised they ain't trade him.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think this is his last year, so they might just
I know
lose
this got to be his last year. I ain't gonna say it got me down because he don't fuck with Steve Kerr for real. He say Steve Kerr be holding him back.
He do.
Yeah, he say Steve Kerr holding back.
But they also said Steve Kerr said that he don't really mess with, like he don't click well with Steph. To me, I think that's all coaching sometimes. Cause to me, Kaminga, even with Kaminga coming off the bench and you not playing him at all, don't make sense to me when Steph was playing. And the only reason you playing
I just feel like for real, y'all went and got Jimmy Butler, and I feel like y'all could have put more of a role on Kaminga before y'all did that. Because I just don't feel like I still to this day I just don't feel like Jimmy Butler really helped Golden State at all. I still watch them niggas struggle to win games with Jimmy Butler.
Nah, you know what? But that might be a testimony to the East. The East is a lot. I mean, the West is a lot different than the East, or it just be Minnesota was just a better team. I don't want to discredit Minnesota. Jimmy and them boys didn't show up. Draymond.
Let me ask y'all something. Y'all remember when Jimmy Butler went to Minnesota that first time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga was quiet as hell when he came on the West. He didn't even last. They got rid of his ass. He didn't even last.
Is that the reason he didn't last, or was it?
I don't know if that's the reason he didn't last, but I'm just telling you, like, he was quiet in Minnesota.
I think it was more of the team because you remember they were talking about the practice he had with him.
Yeah, because he beat that team with a practice squad on him in the practice. Even Jeff T said that shit.
I don't think it was a good fit for him in Minnesota because Jimmy is the same way he did with Miami.
I'm gonna just be real.
I
can agree with y'all on that. He still was quiet as hell in Minnesota.
That's how it was. It was him and the team, just like he was with Miami. When Pat Riley got it in his head that you ain't going by his rules, he gonna try to get rid of you. He gonna try to mess over you. That's the same thing that happened in Minnesota.
I mean, Pat
so
Riley,
I don't think that he couldn't handle the West. I just think that situation he was in, it wasn't good for him.
Then what motherfuckers be failing to realize, Jimmy Butler ain't no young nigga.
Nah, he ain't.
He ain't.
No, he ain't, bro.
He came in the league, and he came in the league like 22, 23.
Yeah, that nigga like our age. I'm just being real. Like when Jimmy left Chicago, man, I feel like he should have never left Chicago for real. He could have been one of the best things. Look at the team they got now. I feel like he still could have fitted down there and led that team. But the
Chicago
two teams that I hate the most when he played with Minnesota and then he came back and he played with fucking Philly. He didn't look like he belonged there.
Bro, you know who really has got screwed over everything? Philly, that Ben Simmons shit, man, Jimmy,
stupid.
Joel, Embiid, Paul George.
I can understand the Embiid shit because you drafted him. He was the best thing coming out for real. So I ain't mad at that. But when you go starting the trade for fucking goddamn Paul George and y'all tripping. I tripping like hell. What the fuck y'all think this is? You know why they did that though? They let Stephen A get in their head.
Oh God.
They did. They let Stephen A. Paul George was up there with Stephen A. And it was Paul George, Stephen A., Joel Embiid sitting up there hosting at the NBA championship. Stephen A. said, well, I see Paul George in the team. And Joel Embiid said, hey, that's where he need to go. Next thing you know, that man was 3 days later, that man had a contract in Philadelphia. I'm telling you, bro.
They probably already had it in there. He probably was just trying to make it like he was telling the future. They probably already had that in the words.
That big ass nigga do shit like that.
Yeah, he act like he know everything.
Before we get sued. Damn.
Man, fuck that. Hey man, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I gotta make a phone call, bro.
Love y'all boys, man.
All right,
man. Much love, man.
I'll see y'all Sunday.